Okay, Sanders family again here, July of 2021. If you've seen the previous videos, we're doing a poured in place 15 by 8 by 5 foot deep spa and plunge pool combination. It was bidded out. We're in a very rural area at about $100,000 to have somebody do the whole thing. And I think, so I am using a contractor, just a concrete contractor, to pour the pool, as you've seen in the previous videos. I am doing all the plumbing myself based on buildahottub.com designs that Andy did for me. And I think by doing that, I think I'll be able to get it done for about $50,000 instead of $100,000. And if I hadn't been scared to do the concrete pour, which now I'd be comfortable knowing the design and rebar structure that I showed you in the previous video, I think you could probably drop it by another $20,000 or so if you did that yourself too. So probably possible to take $100,000 total contractor build down to about $30,000 if you did it yourself using buildahottub.com designs. So pretty neat for a pretty high-end poured in place hot tub. One thing that I didn't realize until I got into this, and that's what this video is about, is to tell you about all of the supplies that you'll need, and they're expensive. A big portion of your cost for something like this is going to be the equipment for the spa. So pipe wise, I think I've spent a couple of $1,000s just in 2.5 inch, 2 inch, and 1.5 inch pipe, which is outside laid in big piles. And then the other equipment, you know, you've got pumps and wire and sealer and heaters and spa control pack. And again, this is a big unit, big project. I'll just walk you through a few of these things. So that huge box in the back is a 266 BTU Ray Pack heater designed for propane. Those run about $2,000 or $3,000, I think. That's the vent hood for it to get it vented outside of the building. These, we're going to put in the concrete, some receivers for posts to do sun sails over the hot tub in the future if we want. Those green lidded buckets you can see is the Hydroban that I've chosen to use to waterproof the interior of the structure. And this is all certified for pools, and it's supposed to be really good stuff. But it's really quite pricey, so I hope it works well. I'm trying to find the company. It's by Latacrete, and Hydroban is this particular product. And again, you'll see just random stuff laying around here. So these are going to be the drains. I'm going to have 4 drains, and these are going to go low in the sidewalls instead of in the floor for just easier for plumbing purposes. They need to be 30 inches apart for safety reasons. This is some of the sealer tape that you put in the corners for the Hydroban before you roll it on, again to seal across joints. There's the 2.5 inch pipe. There's less of it that's needed. And then here's some speakers that are going to go outside. They're stacked there. This is some light equipment for the pool light to go in there. There's the water filter. Lots and lots of elbows and 90s and items like that. This is to add an endless pool feature pump in the future, so it's just a blank receptacle that will let us add that easily instead of having to do more construction in the future. Silicone sealer for around the gunite bodies are over there. Here's a bunch of the spa jets that will go, you know, in. There's 32 of these, and those are really expensive. Surprisingly, I didn't think they would be that much. Let's see, what else do we have here? This is just end caps, so to cover the 2.5 inch. gunite bodies before they go in. There's a whole 32 or extra gunite bodies. Again, you know, here they are. This is all on the website, but these will be mounted to the rebar. Lots of valves for the pump house. There's one of the pumps that'll be in there. These are large 220 volt pumps. Here's the skimmer that will go on the side, and some propane attachments down there in yellow. What else do we have back there? Oh, let's see. Some unions. You want to be able to take the equipment out and replace it or do repairs to it at some point. So plan for the future kind of a thing. This is a salt generator, so we're going to do a salt hot tub with this. I know people do just the ultraviolet light for these. With a little bit of my chemistry background, one of the things that worries me about that is that just cleans the water when it goes through the system in the pump house. So there's actually, with UV light, there's nothing out in the water that's killing bacteria actively in the pool itself. And so there's the possibility of transfer of bacteria from person to person in the hot tub when you're in there together, because the water's only cleaned when it's pulled out and run through the UV. So a salt generator generates chlorine, and chlorine is in the water and actively kills any sort of virus or bacteria, and prevents transmission person to person. And there's videos out there on YouTube about UV and salt systems. But anyway, this is an automated salt system. So you pour in a bag of salt once a year or so, and then it just converts it chlorine back to salt, and keeps the levels proper. You do have to worry about concrete and chlorine and salt. They don't tend to get along well. So again, you want to seal the concrete to protect it. But this, you know, you can just see the amount of stuff that's piled up here in preparation. And there's a big cost to all of this equipment, almost as much or more than the actual concrete build itself is tied up in plumbing and heaters and pumps and so forth, sealers. So I hope that's helpful in your planning. And buildahottub.com, when they do a bid for you, Andy will price all of these things out and list them out, like number of elbows, PVC elbows that you need, length of pipe, all of those things, so that you have a great shopping list when you go to get these things, so that you make sure you have everything you need. And right now with COVID, that's really important because it takes us so long to get parts. And a lot of the items you can order from him too, and that makes it even easier. So just another update on our project, and as we move along. Thanks.
If you've liked this video, please do like, share and subscribe to the channel. See you on the next video.